Hey everybody, and welcome to your local podcast, Pouring Over Properties, where two Vegas locals spill on real estate, really just Vegas life in general, and enjoy a local spirit at the same time.
It's a good time.
That's our excuse for showing up and hanging out together. You know, a little beverage always helps that scenario every time. And today, the local beverage of choice is a little bit of Mojave Brewing, which is right there on Water Street.
Yeah.
You know, been there many a times. What's cool is that they took over an old bank.
Bank of America.
Yeah, and they have a bank vault actually still there in the brewery, and you can rent out their little safety deposit boxes and keep a cigar. You can keep, you know, I guess certain items there. I feel like it's a little shady at times.
Details.
But, yeah, details. I don't have a safety deposit box. I don't trust it. But today, we got Punk Lemonade going on.
So this looks a little dangerous. One, it's an 8% by volume.
Hard cider. I feel like it's the fall time.
The good news is...
There's good news?
It's gluten-free.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've been watching your gluten.
Celiac disease is not for me, yeah.
So before we open this, you know what this one reminds me of? Is last October.
Oh.
Our blueberry cider.
Yeah.
Which we had to do twice because of my mistake.
Yeah. It wasn't that great.
That was rough.
Like, one of those was fine.
Yeah.
So, like, drinking, you know, I guess a couple the one day, a couple
the
more
next
the
day,
next day. Yeah.
I was blueberried out.
I was over it. Yeah, I haven't had blueberries since. Well, that's a lie. I've had just the blueberries.
Yeah.
Not a blueberry.
All right, let's try this Punk Lemonade.
Sure. No spillage.
And we know to say that. Cheers to that.
Oh, that's got lemonade.
It does, but...
Why are they calling it hard cider? Like, it's not like apple. It's not like a cider vibe.
I think cider is like a type...
I think Truly sells this.
I think a cider is a type of like...
It's very, like, tart.
It is very tart.
It's like, man, it's got your mouth, like, lubricated up. A little bit of that. Cottonmouth's not a thing when you're drinking this.
No, but like I said, gluten-free, so I feel healthier.
It's on giving. So
today's episode, we are super excited to talk about, as we go into the holiday season, some of the charities that are here in Nevada, the locally based, and they're doing really good work. Kind of an off topic of what we normally talk about, the craziness of Las Vegas, but yeah. I think these charities need to be highlighted for what they do, and if you're in the giving spirit through the next couple months, I think there's some opportunities for you guys to donate some good money and do some good work.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll probably highlight one of these at an on-site location, you know, throughout Thanksgiving and Christmas months, because we love giving back. We love doing those on-site locations, promoting things that are out there for the good, because it needs to be shown. Vegas isn't all about just gambling, you know, making bets.
There's a lot of good people here. There's a lot of people that donate a lot of time and a lot of money to a lot of these charities to do really good work, and I think it's important that we highlight it.
Yeah, definitely. So, you start off with what's your first charity that you want to bring up today?
So first charity, I'm going to talk about Boys Town in Nevada. I actually went to an event for them a couple weeks ago at Echo and Rig. Chef Sam is now on their board, and if you don't know Chef Sam, he donates a ton of time and money to charities. He supported Luke Day this year. We were at an event on Monday that he provided all the food for.
Yeah, delicious.
But he's a great contributor to the community. But
I said delicious, but I think I had one hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, but you've had his food.
It was good, but I've had his food before. Yeah. At that event. You know, it's so hard when you're at those networking events, you know, to like come by as you have a drink and you're talking.
They also had hand-rolled cigars and
shrimp, you know, I'm like, not really, you know.
The crab cake was amazing. You missed that.
Yeah. I missed a lot of the food, actually.
So Boys Town in Nevada first came to the state in 1991. They're a family-based service organization, and they do in-home, and now they're in a lot of the schools throughout Southern Nevada. And what they really focus on is behavioral health. So not only will they go in, they will help children that have behavioral health issues, but they'll go and help the parents that may not have the resources to know how to deal with that, to really keep the family unit intact and kind of keep things at home.
I love that, because sometimes it is just not just the kid's fault. The parents need to understand how to deal with somebody with that sort of.
I mean, I don't have kids. You have kids.
Yeah.
There's no handbook when you had kids.
No.
Yeah.
I don't read books in general. So yeah, it's a fly by the edge of your seat sort of scenario. And yeah, you never know what to expect. Like, my son has a couple allergies, and I never have read so many labels, in my life because of that fact. We've now taken our education to another level to see if it's cooked eggs, raw eggs, egg whites. There's so many different variations of it. You got to take the time to learn and help your kid adapt and educate him as well. And if you're not showing him the way that, you know, in that direction, like there could be a problem.
So it does a lot of good work. I know there are a lot of the schools. I know going forward with the, you know, if you're from Vegas, CCSD has a little bit of a budget problem this year, a little accounting issue. So I know they're worried about losing some funding, so they could definitely use all the support that you have. They service about 2,000 children
How
a
come
year.
that wasn't on the vote ballot?
Right?
I heard nothing about that. They were like, "Do you want to pay more taxes for firefighters?"
They only found out about a month ago, so you know.
Oh, yeah. Too fresh.
Those audits.
Let's not open up that wound.
All right.
You know?
What do you got?
So I'm going to start off with the actual first designated charity here in Las Vegas, and that's called the Las Vegas Rescue Mission.
On Bonanza?
On Bonanza, yeah. That used to be the primetime location. You know, I think isn't that where Sunrise Hospital is?
Not even close.
Not even close?
Nope. Sunrise is on Maryland Parkway and DI.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit off.
So it's actually, if you're talking about historic Las Vegas, it's actually right next to the old Moulin Rouge.
Ooh, all right.
So obviously
that's where girls are in underwear.
No.
No?
No, not at all.
Oh, damn it. I keep going to the wrong places.
But no, that's actually my run district for the fire department. I've worked there for 11 years. I've been to the rescue mission.
What's Moulin Rouge?
So it was actually...
Sounds like a burlesque show.
No, so this was a historic...
That was a movie, wasn't it?
I mean, it is in France. I mean, that is what it is. But here it was actually a hotel casino that catered to African Americans during segregation.
Shit.
So a lot of the black entertainers play there. It's on Bonanza and H. It's a dirt lot now. It's a historical site. They're trying to rebuild the area into something.
Historic dirt, huh?
Historic dirt. But I mean, it was so abandoned when we ran fires there so many times that there's just nothing to preserve left.
Yeah.
But the dirt is a historic site, and they do have big plans to bring something back. Cedric Creer, who's actually a city councilman that just termed out, he's developed a lot of that area, and that's the last piece of that. So it's a really cool area.
Wow, okay. So I probably should go explore then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moulin Rouge. Definitely had that.
And it's right across the way from, it was Tenea. Now it's,
Fuck Brewery?
Yes.
Oh, what is that one in the Arts District over there?
Nope.
What do you mean, Tenea's Arts District?
No, Tenea Creek was on Bonanza in H.
Oh, and then
they moved. No, they now someone bought them. I can't remember who it is, but it's right across from that. So it's a good place we can do a podcast there, and we'll do a downtown historical thing. It's pretty cool.
We do need to do one either at the Arts District or a brewery downtown and really show that off. You know, once we get this fancy new gadget that you were talking about, we can actually just show you guys what the Art District and kind of like, you know, I guess the beer community of Vegas is.
Yeah.
There's one in Henderson and one kind of near the Strip called the Arts District. You know, that's really cool. A lot of cool graffiti, which is weird to say.
No, it's art. But
yeah, it's art. But yeah, you just don't call it art when it's on a train.
Yeah.
As it goes by.
So the next one I'm going to do is actually near and dear to my heart. It's Positive Difference. It's a charity that fosters and then adopts dogs. My youngest dog, Cooper, actually we got him there through their work of, they actually go out, they found Cooper on a Craigslist ad. They paid a couple $100 to save him from his situation, and then we were able to adopt him. They do great work. They don't have a physical location, so every week they have 2 adoption events,
pop-ups, sort of thing.
Pop-ups, but it's the same place. Saturday it's 11 to 2 at the Stephanie Warm Springs. It's the Petco, and Sunday is 11 to 2 at the Charleston Hualapai. That's actually where I got Cooper.
That. I mean, it's smart because, you know, people know you can find a Petco, you know, and they're located throughout the city, so you can change locations as you go. And honestly, like, so many people try to breed dogs. They think there's so much money, and like, yeah, if I just get these 2 and start breeding them, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's expensive, and then you're trying to sell a dog for a premium that it might not be worth, and now you have 6 puppies that you basically are leaving on the side of the street. You're not taking care of the way they should be, and it's really a problem that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to like looking up dog breeders online, but it is a serious problem. You know, you hear about it all the time. I know I get those random, even on my like neighborhood, like
the next door app.
Yeah, they're like, dog for sale, you know, like desperate dog for sale, basically take for free because I need to get rid of these dogs. It's like, I don't know where those dogs are going to end up without somebody taking them, and it just makes me sad because, you know, kind of know what you're getting into before you
a lot of dogs need home. So
yeah,
all right,
love myself some doggies.
Yeah, I know.
So what I'm going to bring up is one charity that I support. I actually go down. We donate food a couple times a year and really help them out. And it's the Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth, the NPHY. That's how I refer to it. That's why I had to look down for that. But what this charity does is they help out, obviously, the homeless youth throughout our community. People that don't have homes, maybe, domestic violence they had to escape from. Their parents are, on drugs and not there to take care of them. And they have shelters throughout the valley. Now, they're not disclosed unless you are a part of the program. You can actually find out where some of those are. But they have them every few miles. There's a shelter to where that kid, they don't have to figure out a way to go 20 miles to a homeless shelter and try to get in there. No, there's going to be one kind of near every high school. There's
not uprooted from their community.
Yeah, they can actually go to these. Fun little story, actually. I had a homeless youth knock on my door one Christmas. It wasn't Christmas morning, but it was during the holiday season. I do a lot of decorating. I'm a big nerd that way. And she, rang my doorbell randomly at 9 o'clock at night. And, I go and answer it. And her phone was dead. She needed to get a ride to one of these homeless shelters because she was abandoned. And sure enough, I obviously gave her a ride and dropped her one off really close to where I lived. Had no idea that was even there. Pretty wild scenario. I gave her some money just because I felt bad, for the poor girl. And so this is definitely something that's needed in a charity that I've personally seen be used. And every time I go and support them, it just, makes you feel good.
Let's go. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
You do have a heart. No one would believe it.
Yeah. That's why I had to get that story out. Yep.
The next one I want to highlight is the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation. Obviously, we know I can't speak sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah, they were founded in 1993, and when you hear Nevada cancer, you think that that's kind of their jam, but really they cover any spectrum of childhood illness or critical illness for kids, and they do a lot of research.
Kids only? Yeah.
Kids, it's child.
Okay.
Right. Nevada childhood cancer. I know the cancer. I get. Yeah. No, that's your maturity level. But anyways, they do this really cool thing, which I'm sure you've heard of, and if you've been around Vegas for long enough, they're the ones that put on Camp Cartwheel every year during the summer.
Yeah.
They go up to Mount Posey, I think it is, the Boy Scout camp out there, and they take volunteers, and they basically just have a free camp for the kids that are obviously facing some of the worst things that we could ever imagine, and give them just a week of enjoyment out in the woods here, pretty close to Vegas, so they're close to home, but still get away. So
I want to go to one of those camps, but my camp's gonna be called Heavyweights.
Yeah, that was a movie.
Yeah.
I want to see. I will pay money to see you on that little slide board thing in Heavyweights.
Yeah, I want to do all of it. What do you mean? You pay money? I would do it for free.
So what we're gonna do an episode on fitness, but that's all he's gonna do the entire time.
Oh, I got balance, but you have no idea. Yeah, I'm very, very.
All 30 minutes of it, you're just gonna be on the slide board.
Not 30 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
I'll give you the hat with the 2 beer things, so you can still.
Take out my heavy breathing. It's not gonna be enjoyable for anybody to see, but I'll do it for a few minutes.
It'll be enjoyable for me.
It would be. It's a fun fact about Heavyweights. Ben Stiller's character from Heavyweights is the same character that's in Dodgeball.
Oh, really? That was what they.
That's him older in life.
That's funny.
He owns the gym and he took it all over.
But he was fat.
The heavyweight Ben Stiller is actually the guy from Dodgeball.
Do you know they're making a relaunch of Dodgeball?
I'm in.
For pickleball.
What? Really?
Uh-huh.
All right. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm more excited for the Happy Gilmore 2 that's coming out in I think May of next year.
Absolutely.
I'm not tracking it at all.
That'll be a good one.
They've algorithmed me up for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Happy Gilmore, Vegas is becoming a sports town. If you guys haven't heard, we have football, hockey, WNBA, soon to be NBA, soon to be the A's.
Dude, those renditions of the stadium and how it looks, pretty epic.
It's gonna.
I hope it really comes to fruition.
Parking, as always, with all of our stadiums is gonna be miserable, but that's neither here nor there.
That's parking at any stadium. Nobody's like, oh, I can't wait to park and leave that stadium. You're like, it's fair. Not fun. The best part about the Raiders game is and Knights, actually, they have those shuttles.
Oh, the best thing is those shuttles.
It's $2 each way, so $4 there and back. You can actually bring beer, drinks on the shuttle on the way there, so you can have, if you're going to tailgate a Raiders game, you can actually bring an 18-pack so you can go and actually, or a cooler, but what do you do with the cooler when you're in the stadium? That's why I say just an 18-pack. You can actually go early and drink on the way there, not worry about, driving while drunk, because that's definitely something that we definitely don't condone on a drinking show ever at all. So, so speaking of the Raiders, they actually have a charity, of course, and super creative in how they came up with this name.
Well, it takes a lot. They're football players.
I really wanted to be in this sales meeting because there's probably a lot of back and forth to come up with the Raiders Foundation. Whoo! Sticks with you, huh? Raiders Foundation. But their real backbone and what they truly love to support are our veterans. Got American flag here as my bow tie today. So I really condone them talking about PTSD.
I don't think condone is the right word.
Condemn?
No.
Condone. No, I support them. Like I feel like I was decent.
Anyways.
We're not English majors. We actually didn't have to go to school for with the jobs we do. So, that's why subtitles are fun. And hopefully we don't have subtitles right there. Make us look bad. But yeah, Raiders Foundation. They've been around since, I think it was like 1974. I didn't write that number down. But really right after the Raiders started, they started this foundation to help support our veterans. Because there's really not a lot of support for our veterans when they come back.
Not enough.
Adapting them back into society, really helping with their PTSD. There's a lot of issues when it comes to that, to try to get them back to normalcy. Because a lot of these guys, they go straight from high school, straight to the military. They're kind of like told what to do, for
they grow up real
10,
fast.
15, 20 years. You have to grow up fast. And then you come back, you're like, wait. This is real life now. This is normal life now, and it's really hard to integrate that. So I love that they support that. They also support a lot of, youth health, youth exercise programs, making sure people are there, taking care of their bodies, taking care of themselves, because it does start young. The older you get, the harder it is to start those good habits.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know from experience.
Yeah, that next episode's gonna be great. So the other foundation we want to highlight, also a very creative name, is the VGK Foundation.
Oh, so they probably took one from the Raiders, or
well, they were the originals. They were here first.
Raiders were around first.
They were not in Vegas.
Yeah, all right,
okay?
true.
Let's talk about Vegas.
Vegas.
So they're pretty cool. Is what they do is they support a host of charities that support Las Vegas as a whole, basically. They do have a couple.
They're like a conglomerate. They're like a giant.
So they collect the money and then they disperse it to charities that maybe don't have the name recognition or the reach that.
Or even some of the ones we mentioned previously on the podcast.
VGK can probably raise a lot more funds than some of these smaller charities, right?
The charity event we went to on Monday was supported by the Foley
Foundation.
Which, Foley Foundation, what do you know? I guess we got a theme going, None of these other charities were called Foundation until the last three that were brought up.
But they support education and youth sports, military and first responders, and then health and wellness. So kind of similar to the Raiders, but I think it's really cool that they use their name and likeness to then support these other charities. They don't take the credit for the actual success of the programs.
Yeah, and really, I feel like VGK, they don't have enough credit due to what they made of this city.
Correct.
It really made this city a community, with them coming here, the shooting happened all at the same time.
The incident in Braystone.
Now we talk to each other. People have, nights like, oh, who's playing tonight? You actually have conversations with people at the grocery store and as you go around. I always have, but now it's like more normal.
We know you talk to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I'm that guy.
But if you want to support the VGK, they do three main events or three main fundraisers, I guess.
Okay.
If you go to any games, we've all seen the 5149 raffle.
Yes.
So those funds go to...
Never won.
No, not a lot of people do.
Yeah. There's like 12. How many people? Like 15,000 in there?
Yeah. And one person who went. They have their golf classic every year. Have you played yet?
No.
You should put that on your to-do list.
All right, I guess I gotta donate more.
And then the top ticket item, which I know people have been to, I haven't been to, is a Golden Night. That
just happened.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to say like last week. Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool event. I've seen pictures of it.
I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, that's about as close as I've gotten.
Yeah, social media, big win. But really what we wanted to talk about today is really just, we're in the season, it's November, of giving back to the community. And Vegas does a lot for us, as members of the community, and we really need to help each other out. Because not everybody's in the same position as another person, and I really can, want to support people, having that lending hand, helping people out, because you never know when you hit a rough patch, and it's not everybody's fault. Don't look at them in a negative way. Be there as a support system, not somebody, wanting to trash them.
Well, and those of you that aren't from Vegas and don't know, we are a community. We do support one another. We we do have people that are in need. We do have people that are very well off, and then those that are more fortunate, I think, in this community at least, do very good jobs of trying to support those that are in need.
I mean, we basically invented the strip club, and that's like charity 101.
We made it so far this episode.
I know, I had to get something in there to make it. I had to spice it up, you know.
Well, cheers to you almost completing a good episode. Thank you guys for watching. If
Maybe
you made
next
it this
time.
far, I'm sorry. We'll see you in a little bit.
Love you guys.
See you guys. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.